you said it to me when we first met, when we were discussing about this podcast, like, man, CK, you're so smart. You're too smart for your own good. And it's not the first time that I actually hear a comment like that. I think a beautiful quote that's been saying a lot is, mine is a great servant, but a terrible master. So in the understanding of the different layers of the thought pattern that's coming your way, how do you discern the truth of what is versus neurotic thoughts versus thoughts that you hear from social media today, or thoughts that you maybe saw on an ad somewhere that someone is trying to inception into your brain? So in the bunch of streams of coming into your consciousness, how do you discern the truth of who you are versus all these other thoughts that's not even yours?
Yeah, sure. When you start doing it enough, you start getting a visceral response, a physical response. And a great way to go about that, learning from my teacher, I studied the most with William Whitecloud. When you first sit in a circle with 3 other people reading someone, you say, I don't know anything, but what I get is, and then the other 2 people who are reading them look at you and go, I got the same thing in a different fashion. And then the person sitting there goes, how could you guys possibly know this about me? Because that is the truth about me and about what I do that I care not to look at, whether it be your darkness or your greatness. So the key to learning that skill is simply practice and spending more time at it. But I know that if I'm coming from my mind, that I have a reaction to stuff, it is not intuition. Intuition is, for me, born of symbolism. So I simply choose to get a symbol. And from that symbol, ask what's obvious about that. And the more you do it, the stronger and stronger you get at the sensation of discerning between what's imagined and what is real. And that's the most difficult task for most people when they start using their intuition, is go, well, is that what I'm thinking? It's just a case of doing more so you can be more clinical with the feeling, if you will, of what's the truth and what's not. But you can drop a bomb of truth in amongst a set of people without any skills, and people just go, that's the truth. It's not an opinion. It's not a statement. It's just the truth. The truth has a vibration. An important thing, the truth is only valid in the moment that you ask it as well. Because the very moment you state that truth, a new truth becomes available to that person just by the fact that they can observe that and see that in themselves.